Lash Cuties Podcast. We're your hosts, Jenny
and Malin,
and this is the show where we just talk about everything lashes.
And we are here to hopefully help you out on your lash journey. So we have now been on here for a little bit because we've had some crazy few weeks.
Yeah, it's been a busy summer.
Very busy, but very good, but very busy. So for this episode, we just honestly want to talk about what we've been doing for the last few weeks. And
Catching up.
Just catch up with y'all.
Me and Malin have not really hung out, I think, in like a month almost. So this is actually like catching up. So.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, so let's start with you because I feel like you have had even more than that to do. We've had a few significant changes in your life.
Yeah, okay, so let's see. So going back from a month, well, for starters, I moved to a new apartment.
Yay!
So that's been a whole big change, and it's been taking over my life, I feel like, for the most part, just because I am pretty much starting from scratch. I've been buying everything new, so it's like pretty much like if I just moved out of my parents' house, like I have, it's like I moved in with nothing, you know, so.
It's your first apartment. Like yourself.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah.
No roommates. It's just me. So
big girl move right here.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's just me and my cat. So, but it's been fun. I've been busy with that, just buying like different things. Again, just kind of getting that organized. I think about a week after I moved in, then my parents came to visit me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And they stayed for a few days, and then my sister came to visit me during the same time that my parents were here, and then my parents flew back. My sister stayed, I think, an additional like 5 days with me, which I love it. I was like, stay longer, but so that obviously just took a lot of time, just kind of balancing work and then hanging out with my sister and just kind of trying to again balance everything out. So
some well-served family.
Yeah, oh for sure. Yeah.
And for all of you that don't know, Jenny's from Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
That's where her family still lives.
Yeah.
So we all cherish those like moments.
Yeah.
Tell me how did your parents feel about Colorado?
They liked it. They really liked it. So it was my parents' first time actually coming out here and visiting after 3.5 years of living here. So, but 2 now.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't know.
After never.
Yeah. But it was cool. We what did we do? We went whitewater rafting. We ended up going to the Rocky Mountain National Park, and we did a hike out there. Just kind of hanging out. We went to the Rockies game, so that was really fun on 4th of July. It was really nice. Yeah, it was so pretty. I'm not even kidding. I think that was like the prettiest fireworks show I've ever seen.
I want to go next year. I'm going next year.
It was pricey. I'm not gonna lie. It was pricey, but it was worth it for sure. So, they were just here a couple days, so that it flew by, them being here. And then, and again, I mean, as soon as they left, then it's just kind of trying to get back into the routine of things.
And we re-signed our lease for a
we
studio.
Did, yeah.
And literally have to run after you moved in.
And
for a while, we tried to look at different places too.
Yeah.
But we want to stay at the same place as you have. So
we renewed that. That's fun. That happened literally, also this month.
Yeah.
So
they're making some changes in there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fun things coming to the studio.
So many things coming out. And busy times, but it's good.
Yeah.
Let's change up to our everyday routine. Summer, so it's fun.
Yeah.
Work hard, we also have a lot of fun.
And then you also had some visitors.
I did. So my best friend from Norway since high school came. So she was there for 3 weeks, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
Of course, I did her lashes, and her waxed her and stuff. We had a great time.
Good.
Yeah, so we also have been all over. We went to technically 4 states, but one of them was Wyoming. Is that where you're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
We just drove to that state, but we went to South Dakota, and we saw the Mount Rushmore, and Crazy Horse, which is another monument. Then we did that in one day.
That really is, yeah.
And then we did a bunch of things around here. We did some hikes and stuff. And then we went to Santa Fe, New Mexico for a weekend. So
yeah, you've been traveling.
Yeah, we've been traveling.
Yeah,
it was so much fun. It's just we've been eating a lot of good food.
Yeah,
just really, really enjoying the nice weather for sure.
Those 3 weeks that she was here flew by.
Yeah.
Like you were we were talking, and what you say, you're like, oh, but yeah, she leaves Wednesday. I was like, Wednesday? You're like, I felt like she's only been here like a week and a half, so.
We were so busy that Jenny didn't even get to hang out.
I not one
Like,
day
not
did
a
I hang
single.
yeah.
There was just no time.
Because when she came, I think I was out of town. I think I was in Florida, and then a few days later, that's when my family came, and then I know you guys were traveling and stuff, and it was, I'm telling you, me and Malin have just been missing each other, like, just nonstop this summer, so, but now, thankfully, I do feel like, I wouldn't say since last week, or this past week, it's kind of like starting to calm down, and kind of go back into typical routine. I mean, of course, there's still some things that it's like, oh my gosh, it's so busy, but, you know, but, I mean, it's been good, it's been a different summer, I feel like, than all the other summers I've ever had, you know?
Same.
So.
I don't think I've done this much any summer.
Yeah.
Ever.
But it's crazy because it's like, okay, like, I don't think I've gone swimming one time this summer. I don't make, how do I know? I don't know.
We should do a pool day because we
I
did
know.
it. Everyone was here and it was so amazing. We were just like hanging out, laying in those like lounge
Nice,
chairs,
yeah.
like in the water. We should do that.
I went to, yeah.
I
I
like
like
the
it.
Lash Girl. We go Lash Girl pool party.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be super fun.
Okay.
But yeah, but like, you know, I was telling someone about that. I was like, this summer, I mean, it's been good. It's been busy, but it's just, again, it's just been like a different kind of summer. Like, I haven't even really gone out. Again, haven't even gone to a pool. It's just, and we're already end of July, you know, it's crazy. So,
But also with that, I feel for you, like, for a while, it was like a lot of stress. Like,
oh yeah,
you know. But now, when you almost have done your own thing and just been like, okay, not stressing about everything.
yeah.
It's almost like you just unlock all of these.
Oh,
like,
for sure,
little
yeah.
happy moments. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Grow.
Even though it's been busy, I'm not complaining at all. Like I really do think, I think July's been my busiest month, even at the Lash Studio ever. Like in my career, being on my own, you know. So it's like, it's been definitely. It's like everything just came at once, which it was just kind of like, oh gosh, okay, here we go, you know. But I mean, whatever.
You're ready for it.
Yeah, you know, and I kind of had a feeling. I was like, I bet when I'm in the process of moving out and, you know, dealing with all that, which, I mean, if you've moved out, you know, it's like, it takes forever to box everything. It takes forever to just, you know, get everything sorted out and whatever. And so
It sucks.
it sucks. It super sucks. Yeah, never again am I doing it on my own. I'm gonna definitely hire movers next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, you know, again, it's just all like, your mind's already busy with these little things, and then all of a sudden I noticed in June, I was like, even though I was blocking off certain days because I was like, I need to take these days, you know, for myself at the apartment. But like, I started noticing, I'm like, of course, like almost exactly the week of, it started getting busier, and then this month has been pretty busy as well. So yeah, I'm really, really happy and super grateful for that, though.
So the Lash business is blooming.
Yeah, it is
for
good,
you
for sure.
And with that, me and Jenny are big on just want to celebrate our wins.
Yeah.
So tonight we're gonna go to a cool bar and just have some drinks and
I'm so
celebrate.
excited. Yeah,
I feel like that's something that I know for me and you, like it's so important.
it is.
No matter how small, how big the wins are
Mhm.
for us, because we always feel like there's something we could do, or like, you know, marketing or business thing, or finding more clients somehow, or post on Instagram. There's always so much that we can do. So like taking those moments, be like, oh, I've gotten like 3-4 more clients. We're celebrating.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
100%.
And honestly, Malin is really good at that. Like,
We need
I
to.
know, yeah, usually I'm just like, okay, like, even right now, it's like, okay, I'm getting busy, cool. And then it's like, keep going, you know, but Malin is really good at being like, no, let's celebrate, like, let's, you know, each little win and stuff. Like, you're really good at that stuff.
You know what? I think I like it because I think it's, I mean, to be quite honest, like, we have to, like, live in the moment.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
We have to enjoy where we are right now instead of we're always looking for, like, oh, when I get fully booked, oh, when this happens, or when this happens. Like, now it's like, well, we gotta enjoy.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
whenever you replay, let's say, when you do get fully booked, what then? You know, it's always, like, something else.
Right.
So that's why I think it's celebrating those wins and, like, pausing and be like, let's live in that moment. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
You're never gonna get that moment back. So, like, that's why I feel like it's important to celebrate.
It is, because actually Valerie, my therapist, she has mentioned that before, a while back actually. She said, yeah, it's very common, and it's something she said that, like, kind of just talking about my life and stuff. She's like, she's like, you gotta appreciate those little moments, you know, because it's always like, I don't know, it's like, oh, you graduated college? It's like, yeah, but you're thinking like, okay, cool, I graduated, I need to get a job, instead of taking it in like, oh, I'm graduating, like, let me enjoy this and, you know, celebrate, and then worry about the next step. But it's always like, you get to that next level, and then you're just thinking about the next thing, and it's like, you're not, like you're saying, you're not living in the moment, so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like living too fast.
It is
like,
living fast.
Life's already gonna go so fast. Like 10 years.
Girl, the summer is almost over, you know?
So like that is so important, you know, so like kind of give ourselves grace and happiness. Because if you go too fast, like you're just gonna constantly be in this mind space where you just like block things out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just take it in. I mean, even us just sitting here and not doing a podcast, like have fun with it.
Yeah.
It's fun, it's cool, like, you know what I mean? Telling yourself you also like enjoy like each other's company. That's what we have in this podcast, you know.
We can yap for sure. So.
Yeah, so like, be here with us. That's what it is.
Yeah. But
no, it's been great.
Yeah.
It's been great. I'm excited to celebrate you. I'm excited to just see you go.
Same. We're guys. I know Malin's talking about me, but like both of us have been on this like. And I think that's why we're like, we haven't even crossed paths too much this summer, just because Malin has also been like in business.
Yeah.
Has been so good for you. Like super busy.
It has been busy. It's fun.
It is.
We also have slow days. And on my slow days, I'll tell you that's been the hardest. I sit here and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, relax.
Yeah.
So I will say also I do better like enjoying it.
No, I get you.
Things have been. I feel like in our industry things go a little bit up and down.
It does,
you know.
Because
yeah.
And you know, I'm kind of not hoping for it, but I'm kind of trying to get my mind like to expect it. Like I know a lot of people say right now, you know, we're about to get into, you know, kids going back to school, and then people are, you know, not going on their vacations anymore. So it's gonna kind of usually take a little hit where it slows down in business, like starting August. And that's, you know, again, we're already around the corner from August. So, you know, like I'm taking in like every person. It's like, oh, thank you for coming in. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you never know. It's gonna dip back down, and it, like you're saying, it goes in waves. You know, so
people have stuff in their life going on. So like sometimes if I don't see someone, like of course I check in on someone's phone. Like, you know, if I haven't seen them in a long time, just also like everything is good. You know, just make sure people do have things going on. Obviously, people have kids. People are busy.
Yeah.
Money is tight for a lot of people. So
Yeah.
I agree with you. I really cherish every single person that comes in the door because they're actually choosing us to come in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, I don't know, I feel like very special.
Yeah.
Thank you.
1,000%. Yeah.
And me and Jenny are so lucky that we have clients that we can be like, hey, Jenny, you can take some of our
Yeah.
Or if I'm busy and my client needs to get in, like, you know, they always know that Jenny can be available too. So
Yeah.
I do feel like we are also having like a kind of a win-win situation.
Oh, for
It feels
sure.
really good.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
Yeah. Because I think even just, what was it? I think it was a couple weeks ago that I think they messaged me, or either they texted me, called me, emailed me, I don't remember, but they were asking for like a volume set like the date, that same day.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, and then I think I messaged both Malin and Jamie, like, hey guys, you want them? And both of you guys couldn't, but it's like, hey, that opportunity is there, you know, like, it's like, there's one more person that, you know, like, it's just cool. It's like, we can all just kind of help each other out.
Oh, I love it. That's honestly like what I love the most about having like a studio with you and me is that we really do have that opportunity
Yeah.
to help each other out, which we've always done that, so it's kind of been nice.
Yeah.
That's like it helps everybody involved, you know?
For sure.
It
Yeah.
really does. You know, just keeping like the client with us at our studio has been really nice.
So, tell me what else has any experiences?
I've been so out of it with like I don't know, like, you know, like when my friend was here, like I didn't listen to any of my books. Like I like feel like
Oh yeah, no, same. Me neither.
So
I have not. Yeah.
crazy. But I'm finally saying this to you this week. I feel like I'm finally getting in my groove again. I've practicing making fans, which should be really fun. Actually taking that time. Also, I've been really thinking and wrapping my head around. We have space to make like a waiting room at the studio. / where we're gonna record our podcast in the future, so you guys
So
see.
the scene will be different. The scenery.
We're gonna move away from my living room to
Yeah.
our studio, which is gonna be nice and bright.
It's gonna be very pretty.
Trying to figure out like how to use the space the best possible, finding some really cool chairs, and I'm really excited for that.
For sure.
To make to upgrade what we have and kind of keep growing.
I was mentioning to my sister like what our vision is for it, because it's one little side of the wall that we have now open space for, and so we want to create again where we can record slash also take content pictures slash also like Malin said, make it a waiting area, so it's like we can knock like 3 things out in just one little corner. And so it's just kind of figuring out like how do we want to put together like the whole area and make it look cute, and where it can still fit each little I guess whatever it's called, like each little thing that we're planning for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, if it's a waiting room or a waiting area, it's a comfortable waiting area. Like it has to fit each little thing. Just
it has to. So it's been hard to like put it
together.
Yeah. And for me, I know I'm not really good at interior design. Like we kind of have like division. Like we don't want it to be crazy colors. Like kind of want it like kind of neutral. But pretty. So we kind of like have that, but. Man, putting things sometimes like that interior for my head, I'm good with lashes. When it comes to interior, I do not know how people do that. So
it's hard.
My goal is just find someone that can help us with it.
Yeah. So, but it's gonna come together. So
yes, it is.
It's gonna be really fun.
It's gonna be a really, really cool seating area. I just can't wait. It's our happy place.
Yeah.
Honestly, like what me and Jenny, we just love coming into the studio.
Oh yeah.
The smell of it.
I know. I just come in, I'm like, oh, it's so relaxing.
It's bright. It's nice. It's cool. I just love it.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to be able to sit in this chair in between clients. Doing our other side of our job.
Oh yeah.
Computer stuff. Just sit there.
I think it was either last Saturday or the Saturday before. I don't remember, but I was at the studio. I think it was already like 9 p.m. and I was just like, should I go home? And I'm like, what's the rush? Like, what am I rushing for? I'm like, I'm chilling. Like,
I'm just stay here.
Honestly, I could take a nap on my bed because, like, we got water, we got snacks, so.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually take a nap on my bed one time.
Oh, me too. I think I took a nap, like, last week. I was sitting on one of my clients. I was like, let me just take a nap.
So we can reassure you, their beds are really comfortable.
Yeah, no, they really are, yeah.
I remember, I think I had someone who canceled. I was like, peace out.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah. I think I had like a gap in between 2 clients. I think it was like an hour and a half gap or something. And I was like, and I was so tired. Like I was exhausted. I was like, I'm just going to lay down. And I laid down and I was like, I'm just going to take a quick nap. And I put on a timer and I knocked out, and it's just like, okay, I felt good once I woke up, so.
I know, it feels good. It's so nice and cool in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great space.
Yeah.
But I am very excited to be able to, like, sit in those chairs and be even more comfortable, getting a little cute little rug.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't wait.
It's going to be really fun. Yeah.
So
furnishing things in the business and then also at home.
Yeah.
So.
For me, as far as, last few weeks, I still had clients when my friend was here, but I was trying to kind of squeeze them in, like, like in smaller, like I wasn't open as long hours.
Yeah.
But then honestly, it worked. One of the perks, one of the big perks is flexibility. Like my friend was here all the time she's been here before. Like I never got off of work. So those long hours were just sitting by yourself,
Yeah, that's right.
And so this time, like, I blocked off like half the morning. We just would go to the pool, or I took the weekends off so we could actually like go hang out.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I mean, going to 3 different states, that's
so. That's what I love the most about having my own business, is that it's so worth it.
Yeah.
Even all the things that we're like, still trying to figure out, like business side and stuff like that. It's so worth it too.
Yeah.
I love it. Like even just knowing that I can go home to Norway and visit my family, I can just plan around it instead of like, have someone over.
No,
I just make sure that I have time for everybody, all my clients before I go. Make sure that I have time for them, like, be gone for maybe 2 weeks max.
Yeah.
But it feels good.
Good. Yeah. No, honestly, I noticed that too, and I was like, because I know how she's came in the previous years, and it's like you're saying, it's like, oh, we didn't get to hang out till like 6 p.m. that day or 5 p.m. or whatever if you had a long day, now it's just like, and I even said it, I was like, I feel like you guys were able to hang out a lot this time, so it's really good.
It was so much fun.
And it makes your trip worth it too, because it's not like, oh yeah, I flew to the United States, but I was just, just watching TV, by myself. It's like, it makes her trip worth it as well, so.
It was so nice. I was telling her, I was like, man, it was so nice when I did go to work and I came back and she was like, dinner's ready.
Oh, really? Oh, how
I was like,
sweet.
dang, that's what I missed being
Yeah.
home, like, I family,
Yeah.
like, having that, and I was like,
Oh, for sure, yeah.
what's that? But always, it was also just fun to have always someone there, with, like, we're just do a bunch of things,
Yeah, for sure.
So, you just get to keep it up. We,
Yeah.
you know, go for drinks here and there.
Exactly,
Cool.
yeah.
Just keep enjoying this summer.
Keep
full.
looking forward to certain things, you know, like every time. Because if not, then it's just kind of like,
Yeah, what are you doing?
well, you burnt out. Yeah, right, yeah.
You know, I also thinking about that as far as like people that get into the industry now, or I mean, even people in the industry. Like we know that around school, when school starts, things usually slow down a little bit. Yeah, of course, you might have your regular plans, but I don't know. It tends to everywhere we work, it tends to like slow down a little bit in like August, September. With that, take advantage of that. If you want to go on vacation, usually do it on that time. If you can, of course. Yeah. Like, that's my plan. Like, obviously now we're doing a lot of stuff, I won't go on vacation. But, like, for, like, each year, like, that's the time I would go, like, hey, let's plan a trip somewhere, you know?
Yeah, no, that makes sense, though.
Take advantage.
Because then it's going to pick back up, like, during the holidays. And then, again, it's going to drop back down after New Year's, you know? It's these weird ways that, you know.
And I am thinking about it like this. Everybody's enjoying the summer. It's
nice
weather. You want to be out and about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just gotta.
We've had super nice weather.
Yeah, it's been perfect. Like, paddleboarding, like, take some time off. Like, there's always a time for everything.
For sure. Yeah.
So, well, yeah, that's my tips.
Yeah.
Enjoy the slow times. Try to enjoy them and try to take advantage of them.
Yeah.
For sure.
I do want to touch on a couple of things that one good, one bad.
Okay.
As far as lashing or lash business side goes. So we'll start off with the good.
Okay.
Now, guys, I have been creating my fans as I'm lashing, and that's been such a huge win for me. Like, I never thought I'd see the day, and it's taken me forever to get to this point. But I know, like, before I mentioned that I was storing them and then just using my storage lashes and stuff. And when my sister was here, because she's my sister, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to lash as I go. And she's like, okay, that's fine. I mean, she doesn't care. So yeah, I just started doing it. And I'm telling you, the set came out so pretty. And, like, I loved it. And it was such a proud moment. I didn't get her 100% full. That's okay. You know, whatever. But I think I got her maybe around, like, I think it was like around 85% full, which is still fine, you know.
It's just love lashes too.
Oh, she has a lot of lashes, and whatever. But I'm telling you, like, I was so proud of that set, and then now, like, because I was able to finish that set, now with the people that I've had after her that are getting volume sets, I've just been like, okay, just do it, just go. And I'm telling you guys, it's been a lot of pressure, but at the same time, I'm like, if I don't keep going, then I'm just going to always stay in this cycle of, like, being used to using just my sword fans or, just using sword fans, or if I'm having issues with that, then I'm going to go back to pre-mates, which, again, there's nothing wrong with that, any of that, but my personal goal has always just been to lash as I go. So, then, I mean, I've had already a couple clients, and, I mean, internally, I'm having a whole meltdown, you know, because, like, I just hear, or I'm just like, I'm trying to fan, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's not lashing like the way I want it to come out. It's not being the perfect fan or whatever. And I get so in my head, but I definitely do see, but in the end, actually, it's like, okay, they come out very pretty. And I'm like, okay, you know, stressing for nothing. But I wish I would take that any day over, like, me thinking it looks really pretty, and then they open, I'm like, oh my gosh, you know? Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's been really good. It's been a win. And that's actually one of the things that we're celebrating for today. So
honestly, I feel like it's such a we know these things takes a long time. Mm-hmm. So also giving ourselves grace, because it does take time. It's such a fine little skill.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think most people that we have ever talked to or heard from, like, they're learning, like, how to make their own fans, whatever, it goes through the same thing.
Oh yeah.
So keep obviously give yourself grace. Like, it doesn't have to be perfection all the time, but also, like, you pushing yourself.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know I can't. Like, you have to be a little bit uncomfortable in order to grow.
Yeah, and that's definitely how I feel. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. I have a volume fill tomorrow, and then right after a volume fill set for a new client.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, even though I know, I'm just like, okay, just don't think about it too much. Just go with it. Just go with it. You know. But you know, there is that little voice in my head that's like freaking out inside right now. It's like, oh shit! Like, I got two people back to back with volume, and it's like, it just makes me. I'm still like, I just still get nervous when it's like certain things like that. You know what I'm saying?
No. That's the
Oh, I
point.
know. Yeah.
We just like freak out on the inside.
Mhm.
We have any equally freak
Equally,
out
yeah,
always,
yeah.
like whatever it is.
It's so funny.
But it's so funny. Jenny would always tell me like, "Oh, it doesn't look like it from the outside. It doesn't." And
Yeah.
everyone's gonna know. Like, if we
Oh, I see Malin lashing, and Malin is just having a conversation and laughing and just going, and I'm like, I don't know how you do it, because I feel like you can see it in my face, and I'm just like, oh shit, I cannot, I'm like, don't even talk to me,
Yeah.
don't look at me, anything, because I'm like, I am focused, I'm stressing out over here.
You know,
So,
it depends on what set I do. I'll say that. Some
Yeah.
things that I'm like so used to, it's so easy for me. But I know, like, if I'm doing a special set that I don't do all the time,
mhm.
I tell my clients, like, listen, I'm probably just gonna be quiet
Yeah,
because I'm so focused.
right.
So the things that I'm normally like that I know that it's just easy for me, I can talk.
Yeah,
Obviously, I'm better when I don't talk and I go faster, but whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But whenever I do something special, I just tell them because I was like, I'm not used to doing this.
right.
And it kind of sucks that I like talk to them, but at the same time, like, I really, then I have to really, like, turn my brain on.
Right, for sure.
Full power.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So, anything that, like, little thing that helps, but
Mhm.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been good. I mean, as far as that goes, you know, and then there was one that she went in like a super volume set, and she asked for something more custom, so definitely like put me more on the spot, and you know, it's fun, it's challenging, but it's fun, you know what I'm saying? And again, it came out really pretty, so I'm like, okay, not mad at it, you know, but
I love that.
you know, of course, and then there's some days that it's just like,
Some are hard. We also gonna have bad last days.
oh,
I think
yeah,
every single last person's gonna have a day where they're like, that didn't come out quite
Yeah.
how I wanted.
yeah,
I think that's just.
that's just part of it, yeah.
You know, I will say though, people, I did try to do an anime,
Oh,
and I just didn't come out.
no. And
The lady is so sweet that she lets me just try. And she also wants me to do bottom lashes, which I've tried only once, but even then it was hard. I have multiple clients that have asked me if they are willing to let me just try. I'm just going to do models, you know, on bottom lashes.
Oh, nice.
But, man, was it hard that day with me because I first tried the anime set
Yeah.
and I absolutely failed. Honestly.
Yeah.
And then after doing that, after I had like, you know, like been struggling, so I will say that
Yeah.
that is something that I overcome. It's definitely something I have to practice on.
Yeah.
I have still not nailed it,
Oh, yeah, me neither.
but you're getting it.
That is definitely, like, I don't know how girls do the anime set, because, yeah, I had one, I mean, it's been a while, I think it was maybe like a month and a half ago or something,
It
and
just came out good though. I liked it.
Malin's being nice.
No, yeah, I know what you're saying though. Like more, it looks more like a wispy.
It looks super wispy instead of
Yeah.
it being like those clumped spikes,
Yeah.
you know, that actually creates the anime set.
I mean, I would say that yours would be a lot better than what mine did. I think.
See, that's funny, because I didn't think
I
so.
was so lost in a set that
Yeah.
I was just like, what?
Yeah, no, me neither.
It
And
made
like,
me so sad.
me too, because I was like, I saw like so many videos. I'm like, got it. Okay, this is what I do. And then I'm doing it. I'm just like, I cannot get it. Like, I don't know. It's easy to watch and hear someone do it, but then when you're doing it, it's like, how do I get this slash to go like this? And you know, whatever. So whatever, this whole thing, yeah. So
But that's it. I think for me, my brain is so used to going in like a certain pattern when I'm lashing, like, you know, different styles that I'm used to. And I notice when I do the anime set, first of all, I get lost in the set.
yeah,
Second of all, like, it's almost like I have to shut off my brain because it wants to go on the same track that I usually do things.
yeah.
And I can't.
yeah.
You know, sometimes I wonder if I would just do like a full on, just like custom set without like any writing, like without any.
Just going with whatever you feel like.
Yeah, but with no, like, I don't write it out or draw it on
Yeah,
anything, like,
yeah.
the design, and
That
it's
would be
like free
cool.
flow. Like, I don't know. I want to try
That
it.
would be super cool.
Sometimes I can just
Yeah.
do it, which is kind of fun, but I want to see, like, where, because I like to paint on, like, free time.
Mhm.
Not always, I go through, like, times, but I like to do abstract. So I
Yeah.
like to not, like, normally I like structure.
Yeah.
I like knowing, you know, but sometimes when I, like, do my artsy things, I like to just do whatever comes to my mind.
Yeah.
So I wonder, like, maybe I'll ask someone if I
For
could just
sure.
do
No,
that.
yeah, I think so.
It's free flow way of
Yeah, it's like, hey, whatever I feel, you know, this,
Yeah.
which I think that would be super cool. And I'm pretty sure it would probably be like a really pretty set, just because you're like, again, you're just going with what you feel. You're like, oh, you know, this lash is longer, so let me put a long wispy lash.
Especially if you do wispy sets with me, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you wanted to look that look a little messy, a little,
That's actually, so it's funny that you say that, because that's how I feel about the volume sets. It's like, and again, like, they weren't perfect at every fan and stuff, but like, because it's a volume set, or just, it's not a classic set where you can supersede each little lash. It's like, you have that wiggle room to make mistakes, or for it to not be super perfect. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's going to blend in together, where it's like, it's still going to look nice, and like you're saying, you're going to add some wispiness or whatever. It's just going to look, even if it's messy, it could look like a very cute messy, because some girls love that messy look. Yeah, exactly.
And we're sort of turn our normal brain off so we can get it like that.
Because it's hard, because sometimes it is like, wow, this set's come out messy, and it's just like, nope, but they love it, and then there's other girls that's like, oh, that's too uniform, like, give me more messy, whatever. So
there's so many things that we can do and learn. That's right, it's so much fun,
Yeah.
But I do think, as far as the perfection, I think a lot of us are like that. Like, we want every single lash to be perfect, but realistically, nothing is always perfect. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, striving for perfection, to be as perfect as possible. But also, like, give yourself some grace. Like, first of all, it's probably, like, there's been a few times where I like to always look at my clients' lashes and they open their eyes to kind of brush them and stuff. And then I'm like, ooh, there's one little lash right here. Do you want me to take that off? And they're like, it's going to come off anyway, isn't it? Like, they don't even notice.
Yeah.
So, like, we are just hard on ourselves.
Oh, for sure.
So, again, just, like, be a little bit kind to ourselves. Like, I think we see a lot more than they see.
Yeah, because I'm not even going to lie. I even get in my head if I pass them in the mirror, and if their first response is not like, I love them, I'm like, they hate them, it's the ugliest set, whatever, and it's like, and then I'm looking at them, and then they'll be like, oh no, it's good, whatever, but they just need time to process it, or, which is funny because that's how I am, what I'm saying? It's like, I'm never really like, oh, I love this, unless, I don't know, whatever, certain situations, but overall, I'm like, but let me fill it out when I have a full face of makeup, let me fill it out in the mornings, whatever it is, so.
And how many clients do you have that actually is like, I always like them a little bit after a few days, and some of them I fell out.
So many of them.
So, but then they're like, I don't want to do it. I don't want you to do it like that because I want you to last long as possible. So it's like, exactly. Yeah. You need a few days. Mm-hmm. Like, you literally just need a few days. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that happened, I think last week, 2 weeks ago. I had a girl come in, and I think it was like her second time ever getting lashes, and I did, what did I do on her? I think I did a wet set, and she had a million lashes on each eye. I was like, oh my God, they were beautiful lashes. Immediately when I saw them, I was like, oh gosh, like, this is one of those sets.
Yeah.
And with that, did not get her 100% full, and I think, just me, even though I know that that's a thing, like some lash artists don't aim to do 100%, some do, whatever, it's your decision, Mine is always to do what I can, like, if I can, obviously not doing the baby hairs and things like that, like excluding those,
as full as possible.
Yeah, as full as possible, and if I don't get as full as what I would actually want it to be, I get, like, very, I guess, like, upset, I'm just like, oh, I didn't finish it, it's an unfinished set that I'm giving them, whatever, and I had a client right after her, and, so it's not like I could go over time too much anyways, because, again, it was someone, like, that person has showed up, like, I think 10 minutes before their appointment, so I'm like, okay, they're already here, I can't go past this time. So, but anyways, she was super sweet, and she was like, yeah, I like them, and I was like, just take time. I was like, it's like the first thing's a little shocking. I was like, but once a couple fall out, I promise it's going to just really look pretty. And I remember I texted her a few days later asking how they were doing. She's like, yeah, no, they're really good. And she's like, you're right. She's like, a couple of them have fallen off. And she's like, and now, like, they're really settled in and really pretty. So I was like, oh, okay, good. You know what I'm saying? But it's just,
I love that.
Again, on my end, I'm just like, and like, now one tiny thing can go wrong, because then I'm just like, trash set,
You're a perfectionist.
Oh, I'm super,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay. You guys gotta work on being able to listen to yourself.
I know. And, but that's the thing, too. It's like, I also need, like, because I did a set, and this sounds like every set I'm upset about, which is not true, but I'm very hard on myself. So, I did a set a couple days ago, and nothing wrong with it, but if I'm not in love with it, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I wasn't necessarily in love with it for whatever reason. And then I just felt like I was just like annoyed. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I was on the phone with my sister and I was saying, I was like, you know what? I just have to start realizing, kind of like how we were saying, that it's like not every day is going to be a good lash day. Because sometimes I have my highs and I'm like, you know, again, when I lashed my sister, when I lashed the other girl with the volume mix set and things like that, and I was just like, I feel like on top of the world. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm finally seeing that improvement, that progress that I've been like wanting and everything. And naturally, there's going to be some days that are not so great, and it's almost crazy because it's like, why am I doing on the sets that I should actually be struggling in, and then the easier sets is what I'm struggling in, you know?
Do you feel like you put a lot more? So obviously, when you're doing your sister, like, or people you know, or like your regular clients, like I feel like you probably have a little bit less anxiety around it.
With my sister, I have less anxiety for sure.
Do you think that play a role in why because you just let yourself be like, okay, I can breathe, I'm just gonna do what I can. But then when other people, you're like, might be like, your standard might be like, not like lower, but you know what I'm saying, like you might be like having a little bit more pressure on yourself.
I think it's yes and no. So, and again, just talking about my sister, because again, like I was, you know, it's a free set, she knows that, and whatever. And again, I'm just like, I'm just going to practice what I want to practice and do with speed volume. And so it is not so much pressure because, again, it's my sister who cares, you know, but even with her being here, I still felt pressured on like the time, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, like there are certain things that I am still pressured on, even though it is my sister and who cares, you know what I'm saying? But like, I was like, once I saw the timer, I think once I reached like 2.5 hours, I was like, I think I told her, I was like, I'm not going to go past 3 hours. I could have if I wanted to, but I'm like, I'm going to stop there. I want to see how much I can get done at this amount of time. So, and I don't think it's necessarily pressure on her, even though I know she doesn't care. She does get a little antsy though after some time, you know, but whatever, besides the point, like, I think me naturally, I'm like, I don't care if it was my mom or whatever, the closest, my mom, like the closest person that would not care. I don't want to do certain things with them. I think it's just like an internal thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, again, it doesn't matter. It could be a doll. I don't want to spend more than 3 hours on a doll head, you know? So, yeah.
Or maybe like just like a little bit of progress, like just knowing that I want a little bit faster, even if it's just like 5 minutes or, you know what I'm saying? And of course, everybody's different.
Yeah.
Maybe do have trillion lashes.
I'm telling you that.
And some people have 40. You know?
I know.
We know that. It's not even having fun with it, you know?
Well, it's funny, actually, that you say that because, so the girl that I'm mentioning about, again, she had like 1 million lashes. Yeah. She was telling me that she uses like some lash serum that has really made her lashes grow. And then the very following client, again, the one that showed up a few minutes early, she had like, I think 10 lashes on each eye, you know, and she had like big gaps. She only had like, I'm not even kidding, she had hardly any lashes.
Yeah.
And this leads into the
worst
negative, I guess, experience of things. You know,
that experience, for sure.
Again, it goes in waves. Not everything is highs. You know, you got your highs, you got your lows.
Side note though, what Jenny's about to talk about, it is something that can happen with clients, or not can happen, but it's a really good example for like a bad client experience, which is obviously out of your control. But you tell them in detail. I think it's important to talk about, and of course, just talk about it and handle it, because I think that people have experienced it.
Well, I'm not really sure exactly how I've handled it. I think you're
handling it good, but we'll go into the details.
So again, I had a client right after the other girl, and even whenever like I saw her, I was like, hey, give me just a few minutes, I'll be right with you. She just kind of was like, okay, you know, like you could just feel it, like it was like, okay, I'm about to deal with this certain kind of client, you know, like, and you know what I'm talking about, you know?
Yeah.
So
you could just feel that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you definitely could feel that energy.
Yeah.
So whatever got done, I think even like a minute or two before her time, you know, got her in, and she was very just kind of like didn't really even want to talk to me in a sense. Like she was just like, yeah, this is what I get. She told me she usually gets, I think it was doll eye, she told me her, the links that she does. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, well, you know, do you have any questions? And she's like, no. She wanted a volume set. Cool. You know, so I was like, okay, here we go again. So start practicing, like, you know, lashing as I'm going. And then when I saw her lashes, like, again, I saw a lot of gaps. She had, and when I say, like, one layer of lashes, like, it was one layer, and that included gaps, and included baby lashes. It very damaged lashes, for sure. And for whatever reason, so I even thought to myself, I was like, oh, okay, perfect. I'm about to finish this set in, like, maybe 2 hours, you know, whatever, a full volume set. And for whatever reason, almost, I don't know if it was a negative energy, whatever it is, but I was struggling so hard to make fans. Like, and it's like, how did I just, like, a couple days before, how did I just do, like, my sister's lashes, like a bunch of lashes, and now with this girl that has 20 lashes total, I'm like, I'm not even able to fan, like, a simple one, you know? So I was like, okay, maybe I'm just getting in my head, and so, whatever, so actually, during this set, she told me, she's like, oh, my left eye is starting to burn a little bit. And I was like, oh, okay. So, of course, I'm, like, fanning her, asking her if it's better. And she's like, yeah, it's better. I was like, okay. And I'm switching sides, like, eyes. I'm not working on just one. And so, finally, I had finished lashing, getting her right eye full. And then I had, like, I still maybe had, like, a solid, I don't know, 20 minutes to finish on the left eye. It wasn't a lot of lashes, but again, just because I was struggling that day, I was like, okay, maybe like 20, maybe 30 minutes until I'm done with the set. And then as soon as I switched over, and I think by this point, she had already told me like twice that her left eye was like burning. And that's what she would say. She's like, my left eye is burning. And so again, I would fan her, whatever. I did try to adjust the tape a little bit, but because I was like, maybe she's like confused with the burning versus the rubbing, you know, but so I just did the tape a little bit, and every time I would ask her, I'm like, is that burning? She's like, yeah, that's fine. And then, so anyway, so I get done with the right eye, I'm switching over to the left eye, and then she's like, actually, she's like, I can feel that this eye is already going to start watering, and it's just going to get, like, irritated. She's like, so I just want to stop. She wanted to stop the service, you know? And I was like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I stopped it. I was like, okay. I was like, and I even told her, I was like, I'll go ahead and stop it, and I'll remove, you know, the tape and everything. I was like, but, I was like, when I pass you the mirror and I show you, if you want me to still get you a little bit fuller on the left side, I'm more than happy to, you know, and stuff. And then she's like, okay. And then at this point, she was a little bit nice during this part. She was just like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And so, again, so I'm removing, you know, everything and stuff, and then pass her a mirror, and then she's like, oh yeah, she's like, that happens sometimes or something like that. And then I was like, oh, and I asked her, I was like, oh, does the glue bother you then? You know, because then I was like, oh shit, well maybe she's going to have some kind of reaction or something, you know?
Yeah.
And then she's like, and again, she already has the iPad and everything off, and she's like, no, it's the tape. So I'm like, well, if you know it's the tape, why are you saying it's burning? You know what I'm saying? But whatever.
Did you say something like the tape too wrong or something?
No, she didn't say that. Okay. No, but I mean, I didn't. But I will say that she was, her eyes were like kind of fluttering, not a lot, but they were fluttering. And then she also was like fidgety, like she kind of kept like moving her fingers around and just kind of like would touch her phone and then like up, you know what I'm saying? So she seemed very like fidgety, which whatever, you know, I mean, that happens and stuff. So I'm assuming that that's probably why I started to rise up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So anyways, so she was a client that I got from Groupon, right? And so at the end, you know, I finished it, you know, I asked her, I was like, do you want me to get you a little fuller? And she's like, no. And then I was like, okay. And then at this point, I'm not feeling too good about myself because I'm like, she just called off the service earlier. I didn't finish the service, you know, and it's like, it wasn't bad, but again, it's like one eye is complete and the other eye, even though it was lashes throughout, it's not as full as the other one, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So again, I just was not feeling too good about myself. And then, so I get, you know, took a picture of her Groupon voucher and stuff. And then, you know, I'm just telling her, I'm like, okay, well, let me know, you know, whatever and stuff. I'm trying to be as nice as possible, which I was nice to her. And obviously was not rude to her at all. And she left. And then I was just like, oh my gosh, like that was just, like, it was just not a good lash day. So then, I just kind of like, I was like, okay, let me just kind of, she was my last client for the day, so I was like, let me just kind of scroll on like TikTok or whatever, just to kind of like, just kind of get myself together. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need a break. And so I think I was on like social media for about like 30 minutes or so, and then I had my laptop with me, so I'm like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and redeem her voucher, you know? And I go in, and she, I guess immediately when she steps out of the studio, she contacted Groupon to get a refund. And she did, I think she tipped me like, she left me whatever the deposit was, which, okay, you know, a deposit, cool, but it's like, in the end, girl, I made $25 off of your set. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, and I saw that and I was just like, you're kidding. And
that's really sad. Like, honestly, like, that someone would do that.
yeah.
Like, you have this kind of service and you still spend 2 hours of your time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, girl, you still walked out of here with lashes. Like, a lot fuller than what you have. You know what I'm saying?
Like, lesson learned. Like,
yeah.
Groupon, just either have them redeem it when they're in there, or get it and do it like right away before they leave.
Yeah.
You know? Because that just sucks.
Yeah. And, like, I think that I was a little worried about was because, like, again, just kind of her energy from the start to end, like, it just was off. It just seemed like she didn't like me from the moment she stepped in. And again, she called off the service. I was like, I really was just in my head, I was like, she's going to leave me a bad review. And I'm terrified to get a bad review, you know? And so, in the end, when I saw that she got a refund, it was more like, that's shitty, but I'd rather her get a refund than her leave me a bad review, to be honest. Like, you know, it's just like, okay, fine, I'll take the loss on the money, but I don't want that bad review, you know? Even though I shouldn't get either, but you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. And so...
Well, then, me and Jenny, we were like, well, shit, like, this can happen.
Yeah.
Why don't we make the little, so we're sharing a note, we're collaborating. Yeah. And it's like, you know, like Groupon, like, we put down, like, so me and her both have it. So if I get a Groupon now, I can recognize her name, but we just wrote her name. And then we just put on there,
we just put, like, okay, she, you know, she got a refund, you know, whatever. And so Malin shared that note with me. And then when I saw it, I was just like, well, let me just go ahead and add, like, her contact information or at least her email so that way, even if she goes by a different name, that email's still the same. We could go back and see, you know, we have a record of, like, oh, she went by a different name, but she's using the same email, whatever. And so I go and I copy her email address. And then when I'm seeing it, it said something beauty, blah, 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 right? So I was just like, that's kind of weird, you know? So then I look it up on Google, and guess what? She's a lash artist. She is.
It's just wild.
She's a lash artist herself. And oh my gosh, when I saw that, I was like, you're kidding me. Like, not only, she's a lash artist, she herself is on Groupon. Like,
and this
girl, and then exactly,
she knows how hard, like,
she knows what the industry is, and you're on Groupon, and that's what you're doing. Like,
that just makes me sad. Like, that's just not.
And girl, when I saw that, I was like, this point, it's like it made me mad, but it's like it's funny at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like you are like you are the kind of people that make this industry so bad and give it a bad rep. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're a mean girl. Now you're like hustling, you know, another lash artist in the same industry as you know, and not paying exactly, you know, it's like, and then it also brought me back to, okay, a regular client, like a typical person, maybe they're going to say the rubbing of the tape is burning, even though it's rubbing, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, when you do my lashes, I tell you, because I talk a lot, and the tape rises up, so I'll be like, Malin, can you adjust the tape here? It's burning, or it's rubbing me, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's burning me, because it's not the glue that's burning me. I know that as a lash artist, it's the tape, it's not the glue.
Right.
She's a lash artist, and she apparently has been lashing way longer than both of us. And I think she started, from what I saw, I think on her Instagram, because I looked her up on everything. I found her Groupon, I found her Facebook, I found everything, you know, whatever. She's been lashing, I think, since 2000, I think it was like 18 or something. So, girl, like, you know that it's the tape rubbing. It's not burning. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that was another thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, I was so annoyed. And I immediately, I was like,
that though.
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, not only is she it's again, it's all around. It's all around. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
I don't know.
And then I don't know. Me and Jane talked about like obviously like if she doesn't pay for a service, like she probably have no problem writing like a bad review. So that was what we were talking about. Like, how do you handle this?
Mm-hmm.
And Cindy said like she just rose above it and was like, okay, like I do take the loss, but I don't want someone that clearly won't even pay for a service that I did.
Yeah.
Then she's gonna have no limit on like she's gonna just write a horrible review, which no one wants that.
Yeah, no,
You want all these review, but like okay, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's just
And that's the thing too. It's like it can go. I would not be surprised by someone like her or someone like her like to have those tendencies where it's like. Again, she walked out with lashes a lot fuller than what she came in with.
Yeah.
I've shown you the picture, like, before and after. And it's like, and, if you're willing to get a refund on that, even though you got your lashes done, and then, again, you came in with bad attitude, you're a lash artist yourself. Again, you're in this industry you've been in it for a long time. You're not a newbie or anything like that.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to do. It's like, I feel like those are the kind of lash artists that will, like, put down the other lash artists just so they can seem a little bit better, and it's like, I'm sure that she would go to the extent to write a bad review, which I'm so thankful that she didn't, whatever. Again, I'll take the loss, but it's so frustrating, at the same time where it's like, are you serious? You know what I'm saying? Like, you would expect
the hustle like that. Yeah, it makes me sad. Like, there's regular people that you can have bad encounters with clients that could do that,
Yeah.
But also, like, you're in the industry, so it just makes it, like, really tragic. Really,
it really does, yeah. Because
it's going over like that.
And again, it brings up, like, it's almost like a reminder, like, there really are mean girls in this industry. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think, for the most part, I feel like I really, half and half, Obviously, we've had a certain experience where it's like, there's definitely mean girls, and we saw that from the start. But I want to say for the last at least solid year or year and a half, it's been like good, positive lash artists that want to help each other out, and then so, and I think with her, it just kind of was a reminder, like,
there's a dark side to this industry for sure. So like, be aware. You know what I'm saying? You really don't know who walks in the door, but always treat people with the best, like, kindness, and like I'd rather kill someone with kindness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, and and just the way that I'm trying to look at it, like, again, I didn't bother with Groupon, trying to fight about it. Yeah. I'm not, even though I found her socials, I'm not gonna bash her or whatever, because I just feel like people that do wrong are just naturally just gonna have their karma come back to them in one way or another, and it's like, if that's what you're doing, if that's what she's done really quick with me, it's like, who knows what she's done to other lash artists or just people in general. Again, she just, from her energy from the start, like, you could just feel it just felt very, like, cold, Yeah. So it's like, okay, obviously, like, you got some stuff going on, and maybe that's happening because things that you're doing, you know what I'm saying? So, I just kind of let it go, whatever, it's a loss, but it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, it's also still a learning lesson, it's just, it sucks because then it does make it and I've had some more people come from Groupon, and I'm not going to lie, I don't redeem it right on the spot, I just kind of take a picture, but it does kind of make you like, you're going to scam me too?
They ruin it for the people that do follow.
Yeah, and that's the first time I've had someone do that, everyone else, I've never had anyone do that, so.
I've had like 2 times where I forget to even look at their Groupon. I know they have Groupon, but I just forget, and I check out, whatever. And then they'll just text. That happened twice, and I'll text them. They're like, oh, they just either send me a number or they redeem it right away. Mm-hmm. So obviously, I do feel like there's more good people than bad.
I agree.
But just be aware that it can happen, and you can prepare yourself. Like, what do you do? I never think that like bad talking like that, or like I do believe though it's good to warn each other. Like, I'm happy that we have like a collaboration on this.
Oh, for sure.
You just don't know. Like, I now that happened to you, like, of course we don't want it to happen again. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like, obviously sharing that, but like, it is no point in going to like that. Because I'm not a mean girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that. So I think that they can just, that's their deal. It's
that's their deal. Then again, it's what they're putting out into the world is what you're gonna receive. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're doing people dirty, whatever. That's what I believe in. It's like, if you go living life, exactly. If you go around like scamming people and again, belittling people to make yourself seem better, whatever it is, it's like, that's just, it's so negative, and it's like, and again, it's going to come right back at you, if not instantly, like, down the line, regardless. So, you know,
it's that when I want other people to, like, advance yourself.
Yeah.
And an opportunity, and I think that us working together is going to be a lot better in helping each other than having that ugly side. You know?
Oh, yeah,
I
for sure.
think that's going to take you very far.
That's what I'm saying, because it's like, look how much, like, me and Malin, like, yeah, I mean, I will say Malin's like a super sweetheart. I have a little more sassy side sometimes, you know, whatever, but I'm still like, I'm not gonna bash anyone, or, you know, like.
You just pull up your sassy side when you have to.
Yeah,
You know?
and so,
That's what it is.
but regardless, it's like, look how much from us helping each other out, and then just even talking to the girls, whatever, it's like, it's helped so much. I think, again, like, our opportunities are just booming, like, a lot, you know, it's like, and I don't think that those opportunities would really be coming like how they are if we were doing things ugly in bad, negative ways, you know, or bad intentions. So,
with that, I actually had a really positive experience. It wasn't Groupon, but it was someone that found me on Google, and she has been a lash artist for years, and so she came in, and I could see that she had handmade fans, right? I was freaking out a little bit because I could see that they were handmade, and like, you know, I'm not there yet. And so I just told her right after that, I was like, hey, like, and then when she told me she was lash artist, I was kind of freaking out. She like does her own fans. She now had those lashes on. I was like, I don't have that yet, you know, like, let me do what I can. But she was so fine about it, and she, even that day I had her, she first of all, she loved it because she liked that softer look. So whatever the fans I used was like different, but she liked it how I did it. But I was also internally so stressed out when I was lashing her, so I was like, it's not what she's used to, and I was in my head. I was much harder on myself. Well, I'm just gonna judge like everything I do, even though I feel comfortable in my skills, but it just feels so different.
Yeah.
And she, when we talked, and I was like, what treatments are you using? And like I asked her like, what do you recommend when learning like that?
Yeah.
And she was so sweet, and David told me like, you know, you whenever you're ready, like you can be like, you can do your handmade fans on me. Like I don't care how long it takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, so there is a dark side.
And then, but then you see the opposite side of it, you know, it's like, and it's crazy. I mean, obviously you can't judge anyone based on what they look like or anything, you know. You wouldn't even know half of these people are lash artists unless they tell you, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's like, like, look at that, you know, she's saying like, hey, I'll lay here for 4 hours if you have to, and then I got one over here, like, calling the service off, you know, so it's like, it definitely, like you're saying, I mean, this industry is huge, you know, so you don't know, you're not going to know, you know, but, at all, you know, but, I mean, I'm pretty sure you felt from that client, like, good energy as soon as she came in,
yeah,
you know,
she did, and she texted me after, and she was like, no, I really like how they look, and like, you know, so that, I think she could probably tell I was a little nervous, because it was just more so she's lashed a lot longer than me. Yeah. So it almost I made myself so little because I was really scared. I was like, oh my goodness, she's gonna probably hate them. They're so different. Yeah. Not doing the same as she does, you know. Then I just felt, you know. But then it did feel good. I think she kind of felt that, and we talked. And then she texted me after. I was like,
that's so sweet.
It was just so sweet. And I was like,
yeah. But that's when okay. But see, like even if she caught on to that, it's like, here, let me make this other lash artists, like, I know what that feels like. I know, like, that pressure and, you know, again, that self-doubt or whatever, like, she didn't have to, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's, like, the fact that she texted you, like, she loved it, and to probably even top it all off, and it's like, okay, it's the day after, or whatever it is, it's, like, telling you that you loved it, or that she loved it, then it probably, for you, probably, like, calm you down, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, yeah, exactly.
Man, that little bit of kindness can help people. Like, exactly. Whether she knew that I was nervous or not, like, I'm sure they could tell, but, you know what I'm saying, whether she did or not, like, that was, like, such a nice gesture. Yeah. Like, she made me feel so much more at ease, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's that's why I was like, I always want to be nice to people, because you don't know what they've gone through. You don't know. But also, it doesn't give me an excuse, like, to be an asshole, you know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. That girl, like, that's just, like, you just don't do that. You don't. I would never walk away from someone's service, so that's being shitty, you know? Like, don't do that. Yeah, you know, and be nice to people. Yeah, and again, it's like, I mean, I know even I've had a couple girls where it's like, we went to the same school, and they're interested in getting into lashes and stuff, and I'm like, do it, you know, it's gonna be hard, and I'm not gonna lie to you, you know, like, whatever, but like, go for it, and you know, whatever, you want to encourage other girls that are in the industry, because again, you know, the struggles, and like, you know, what me and Malin have said pretty much, I think, every episode, it's like, you know, it's hard. It's a hard industry, you know, and it's like,
I mean, you just have to have tough skin, even though,
Yeah.
I mean,
You do though.
you do, you do. And then you need to learn how to, like, get yourself up after feeling like you've been knocked to the ground, whatever it is. And so when you have another lash artist, it doesn't matter if they're newer than you, older, or, more experienced than you. Like, hearing from another lash artist, like, no, you got this, you're doing great, whatever. It goes such a long way.
Yes,
and then, again, then having that opposite side of it where it's another lash artist, like, girl, are you kidding me? It's like, okay, whatever, and whatever, I could.
Yeah. That's where tough skin comes in. So you just never.
Yeah, exactly. So,
well,
I could be mean back, but I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna let it go, whatever. So.
And also, like, this, I feel like this is a great, if any of your listeners, like, if you have any tips, or if you would have handled it different, like, we'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
Or if you've had a similar experience, like, it's just cool, because that's when I feel like you learn.
Yeah.
You can learn from others. You don't have to go through the same mistakes, I guess. So, like, that other people, if you listen, everybody has advice.
Right.
I listened to someone that just started lashes. If they might know something I don't know.
For sure.
Or someone that's done it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the community comes in, and that's where I think that, like, building this positive and helping each other go through those hard times, but also celebrating the good times.
Yeah.
I think that's so valuable.
For sure.
That is why we're humans. We want that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, we're all women in this. Like, let's support each other. Like, the world is hard on us as it is. Like, let's help each other out in this for one thing ever. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, so, again, whatever with her, but, again, I mean, I'm not wishing her bad on anything, whatever, but, I mean,
she might have had a shitty day. She might, it might be all these reasons why, but at least that can't happen.
Yeah,
it's not
definitely
but
happen.
it really it can happen.
Yeah.
So, I think that's. I mean, do you have anything else that you feel like you want to talk about? Do you feel like this is
I think that's a good
stopping point.
I think it's a pretty good stopping point. I know that you and me have some, hopefully, fingers crossed, some really, really, really exciting and just new opportunities that are coming very soon, hopefully.
Don't want to share yet.
Yeah, because it's not official, it's not set in stone, so we're just,
that's
all we're leaving at, but
we might have some really cool things happening.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just feel like so many good things have been coming, and I feel like I just have to say, like, thank you, God, thank you, Lord Jesus. I have been saying it from day one, because I've been going through a struggle for sure. I know some things come fast or easier to some lash artists. Some have to go through the struggle bus. I am one of them, and I've always said if I notice any kind of improvement or just good things, bigger things coming, I'm gonna give my praise. So this is me giving my praise to Lord Jesus, and not to push on anyone or anything like that. But again, this is just my side and my beliefs and stuff. So. Just
that's okay.
Your
authentic self. That's what we strive for.
And so again, just having my most busiest month. Again, hopefully with this opportunity that me and Malin, hopefully is going to come through. It's been just huge, and I can't believe like how much like we're starting to grow, in such a short period of time. So very exciting, and so
I want to say. In order for us to grow, if you have made it to the end, in order for us to grow, like, on our podcast, and we really want to make content forever, we love it, this is our passion, please, like, subscribe to us and follow us. Like, you can follow us on social media. On the podcast is really important. Rate us. Again, if you have questions, I should let you put it on there.
Or just feedback,
anything helps us to grow, because people, especially for, like, Spotify, and I'm sure, Apple. Like that's how they push it out to other people, depending on like how many like people we had to rate us and stuff. So we would definitely love your support.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Going. Yeah. So and then again, I mean, we're growing. Hopefully, slowly, but you guys, and like how we said in the beginning, since literally episode 1, it's like we're learning things along the way. So hopefully soon again we'll have a new scenery, new kind of.
Small steps.
We love it. Yeah, we'll be on Apple soon, very, very soon, hopefully. So
exactly.
Again, so just we love you guys, and if you would just share and be part of our journey.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.